Now, first and foremost, what is cybersecurity? There are three main pillars of cybersecurity that we deal with since the inception of computers, and they're known as the confidentiality, integrity, and availability triad, also known as CIA, not to be confused with the American Intelligence Agency. But here we're looking at three different pillars where we want our data to remain confidential, the integrity of the data to be intact, and the data to be made available at all points in time. So let's talk about these three aspects. The principle of confidentiality asserts that the information and functions can be accessed only by authorized parties. So, for example, even if you password protect your file, what is it that you're trying to do? You're trying to prevent other users accessing your data and peeping into your files so that your data remains confidential. It is only shared with people who know the password. Integrity. This is where the trustworthiness of the data comes into the picture, where if the data is going to be changed, for example, you have a spreadsheet which has a lot of information about users and their login activities and whatnot, and you want to ensure that that data is not modified by any unauthorized user. So you're going to verify that the information is correct and is not modified by anybody who's unauthorized. The availability part ensures that this data is made available to all authorized users when and where they want it, right? The principles of availability assert that in systems, functions, and data must be available on demand according to agreed upon parameters based on levels of service. Now, this is where your service level agreements would come in. For example, when we log on to Gmail, we always assume that Gmail is going to work and it's going to be available online. At no point in time, or very few times, has it ever occurred that you've gone onto the internet typing gmail.com and the website is not available. In fact, if the website doesn't open, we figure out the internet is not working, right? But Gmail as a service is always made available. Now, when we talk about threats to CIA, the confidentiality, integrity, and availability, we talk about them in two different parameters, cybercrime and hacking. So, what is cybercrime? Cybercrime is any criminal activity or any unauthorized activity that would involve the usage of any computing device which would result as a security incident at the victim's end. Most cybercrimes are carried out in order to profit from them. Criminals would try to do phishing attacks to steal your money out of your bank accounts, or would try to con you into giving out your credentials, thus compromising your email accounts or your social media accounts, and try to gain access to your identity. Cybercrimes are generally carried out against computers or devices directly to damage or disable them, spread malware, steal secret information, etc. So this talks about the motivation part of cybercrimes. What would be the motivational aspect for a person to conduct such an activity, right? So basically to cause damage, like WannaCry happened in 2017. The perpetrators, those use WannaCry, probably gained a lot in the ransom that they demanded for that data to be decrypted, but it also cost the world a lot of money in profits that were lost.